Hello and namaste. Welcome to a mindful practice to focus on the hips. Get into a comfortable position, preferably lying down. Allow the legs to be opened, approximately 6 inches apart from each other. If you wish to cross your legs, make sure that you bend your knees and allow the legs to lie on top of each other to allow the hips to open. Bending the knees out to the side. Try not to crisscross at the ankles. Do the best you can. If you wish to open up the legs as wide as you can as well, do that. Whatever makes your hips nice and comfortable and square. As I mentioned before, this meditation is for the hips. And it's good, particularly since it's a rainy day and you can hear the rain from outside coming down upon the earth. You can hear the music as well in the background, as well as my voice. And as you lie here, getting nice and comfortable, I want you to allow the thunder in the back to rumble down to your hips. Allow the sound of the raindrops to come into your body, sending healing vibrations, sending healing waters to not only the hip bones, but to the muscles around the hips as well. Allow the music in the background to settle you in. Getting nice and comfortable. Take deep breaths in and out. We allow all those things to work within the body. Your breath, the music, and the sounds of the healing waters coming from the sky, hitting the ground, surrounding your hips with fluid. Allowing the blood to be enriched with the rain. Allowing the thunder to rumble within the muscles of the hips, sending some beautiful vibrational vibes of healing, fluidity, vitality, flexibility to enter into that area. And as the rain settles down, imagine yourself being in water. Your hip completely surrounded. Keeping the hips fluid. And not just the bones, but the muscles. Allowing them to relax. Allow the sound of thunder in the background to place some vibrational rumbles within the body. As if it's small massagers inside trying to open up, move around, all the things that keep you stuck and gives you some static around the hip. The little crunchies. Let the thunder open up the crunchies for you. And then allow the music in the background to ease the rest of your body, to settle you down as you lie down. And just allow it all to just feel. The thunder, the water, the music, the voice, the breath. Allow it all to mellow in, even though they're different feelings, different stimuli. Allow it all to work within your body. The thunder to rumble and remove anything that keeps you crumbly and static within the hip. The rain to allow fluidity within the blood to release the tightness within the muscles. The breath to support it all, to support the whole process to continue. And the music to allow you to be in ease of mind, to remove the stress. And know that you are well. And with all of that, notice how you're feeling right now. Do you feel the waters surrounding your hips, allowing it to just open up? Feel that fluidity going around and through each leg, each hole of the hip socket, allowing the muscles that surround, tuck under and in and through the hip to ease up, to just allow an even flow, to allow the breath to go through. Did the little rumbles from the thunder massage out the crankiness from the bones? Did the music allow your breath to go deeper and give you a sense of ease, permission to allow yourself to accept the healing, to accept the openings, to accept the release of tension? Now I want you to take a deep breath in and allow the breath to tuck underneath the hips. So fill up your glutes as if it's a balloon, not just your belly, but the glutes as well. Fill up that whole area with air. And then exhale. Allow whatever's inside that bowl called your hip socket to come out. If it's tension, if it's a little bit more crankiness, let it come out. With another deep breath in, fill yourself up with air, support and love. You're still in the water. The rain has passed. The thunder has passed. But you are still here in the healing waters. As you exhale and allow it. Allow the tension to go with the rain clouds. You were provided with rain to fill up your bowl and your healing waters. Thunder allowed you to open up any vibrations, any things that were static, holding in, and allow it to vibrate out, just like a trigger point therapy. And now the music is still here. The breath is still here. To allow it all to work for that healing. Now as you breathe here and allow all the things to work for you, I want you to feel as if the air is holding you, as if you would hold an infant with your hand and the two legs were coming out the sides of your hands. I want you to allow the breath to do that for you. As you take a deep breath in, you allow the breath to tuck underneath your hips, coming right back up, give you that nice little hug as you inhale. And then as you exhale, you feel that internal hug of the muscles pressing in close to the spine, close to the bones. It's not a pressing, it's a holding, it's a securing. You take another deep inhale and you open up the breath and allow the air, allow the energy to hold you, secure you just like you would a baby, holding the child with one hand. And then exhale. Allow the muscles to hug the bones. Ease the pressure. And you just continue that process. Allow yourself to breathe. 6 more breaths. Letting the music here support you. And on your next exhale, allow that security to travel down from the hips to the legs, to the feet, to the toes. And allow the feet, the toes to breathe. So feel as the bottom of your foot, right in the center, has a little mouth and it's breathing air in up to the hip. And when it exhales, it also escapes from the center of your foot. Same happens with the toes. Each individual toes has a little mouth. And as you inhale, it sucks in air going towards the hip. And then exhale, they release. So let's just imagine that for a couple of moments, couple of breaths. Allow the whole world to support you with your hip healing. Allow the feet to remember that whatever impacts them impacts the hip as well. So they are to reach for healing as they walk on the ground. Suck in healing as they lie down. And not only share it with the legs, but allow it to go up to the hip as a thank you for keeping us still, as a security. The feet, see the feet as an extension of the hip, trying to touch the ground. And the feet are the messengers sending the message right back up to the hip. So as you lie down here, allow the breath to enter the feet, enter the toes, come up to the hip, and send it beautiful messages of support. That as they walk on the ground, the feet will remember to send messages of the earth that you are walking upon up to the hip as a thank you for support. And just continue to take those deep breaths in and those deep breaths out. Feel the breath. Open up the legs as if the legs can expand. Incorporating the hips. Let the hips expand out to the sides like your rib cage, filling yourself up with air. And then exhale, release from the bottom of the feet and each individual toe. Now allow that support, allow that beautiful healing vibes from the earth to go all the way up to the head now. You're not removing it from the hip. Remember, the hip is still surrounded by water. Getting the ease from the rain to continue its fluid flow. You're just sharing the vibrations, you're sharing the vibes of the energy throughout the whole body to continue to support and send love to the hips. So breathe from the mouth of the foot and the toes, all the way up from the hips to the top of your head. Now add that image of the chest expanding out to the side, the breath wrapping itself around the hips. In, around, through the hips, down the legs, up from the legs, around the hips, through the hips, up to the head. So you're doing loop-de-loops through your hips, going up and down the body. You want the hips to not only feel as if they're wrapped around like a bow, but you also want the breath to feel as if you're being supported just like you would a baby with one hand. The two legs, each leg would be on the separate side of the hand. So one leg would be on the pinky side of the hand, and the other leg will be between the pointer and the thumb. And that is what you want to do for your hips. That is the breath flow. That is the feeling. Give the hips support. Now, as you're taking a deep breath in from the hips up to the head, I want you to send a thank you to the hips for holding your torso up. Allow the shoulders to expand, to give that extra space and expansion to the hips as they thank you for holding me up, keeping me strong. So the hips are not only receiving a thank you from the legs as an extension to touching the ground. The hips are getting a thank you from the head, the shoulders, the chest, for allowing it to stand tall, to sit tall, to be erect. You're not only getting thank yous from the bottom, you're getting a thank you from the top, and the hip is being surrounded by the healing waters received from the rain. It's being vibrated with energy by the rumbles of the thunder. Beautiful, surrounded expansion of love from the breath. And through it all, the body is being supported and loved and encouraged to accept the process by the music in the background. And just let it all be. Allow the vibrations from the thunder to go deep within the bones of the hips and apply vibration to give you space for where bone and bone contact is happening. Allow the inflation of the air coming inside the body. Fill up the cartilage between the bones. Allow the energy from the earth provided by the feet to allow the muscles to expand out and puff up. So allow the glutes to puff up. Don't activate them. Don't squeeze them. Don't do anything to the muscle itself. Just allow the energy from the earth coming from the feet to energize the glutes, to expand the hip flexors, as to allow the muscles to support and surround your hips, just like a glove would to a hand, without adding pressure. Allow the mind's eye to go towards the hip and provide space to one side that needs the space, and provide the massaging hand to the other side that needs release. You're still being supported. You're still receiving energy from your feet. You're still getting thank yous from the feet and from the shoulders. Still being supported. Still being loved. Still, your hip is still surrounded by healing waters while all of these things are happening. Now I want you to imagine, regardless of how open your legs are, regardless how open your shoulders are, I just want you to imagine all of your muscles stretching out. All of it, starting from the center line of your body, right side reaching out to the right, left side reaching out to the left, and all trying to stretch you and pull you to one side of the house to the other. And allow that breath flow to come from the left and the right. We went up and we went down. Now it's time for us to expand out to the sides. So although you are turning yourself into a star with the breath and the expansion of the body, the middle, your hip, is getting filled with so much light from all sides. Left, right, up, and down. Getting its thank yous from the left side of the body for keeping it still and erect. Getting its thank yous from the right side of the body for keeping it still and erect. From the top of the body for keeping it strong and erect. From the bottom part of the body for receiving. And as you continue to breathe and expand here, I want you to see like a little whirlwind coming from the top of the head. It is very gentle. It's just a little circle. And you're going to allow that whirlwind to come from the top of your head, go through the body, expand to the center part. So it's right between your legs. And it goes all the way to the ankles. So in between the legs, and you see that circle going into the pelvic floor, all the way to the top of the head. So you are expanded like a star. You're getting energy from the feet, from the earth. You're getting beautiful thank yous from the shoulders, expanding out to the sides. Your breath is flowing in, around, and through, while your glutes are supporting your hips, as well as your hip flexors, like you would hold a baby in your hand. And now you have this funnel coming through the body, stirring you up. Getting all the energies to work together. And as they all seem to meld together, working as one, doing different things, but working as one within that one body, I want you to take another deep breath in and seal it all within you. Allow each muscle to feel the expansion, each muscle to feel the release, and to feel the appreciation for your hips. Allow the hips to feel loved and much gratitude for the energy receiving from the head, from the feet, from the toes. The expansion of the muscles of support and release of tension. And just to come back and awaken from this beautiful moment, we're going to squeeze one glute at a time. So allow the right cheek to squeeze just slightly. Don't tense up too much. Release it with the exhale. Allow the left cheek to squeeze just slightly. Release it with the exhale. Allow both cheeks to squeeze just slightly. Release it with the exhale. I want you to tuck in the hip a little bit while you're lying down, just a little. Tuck it in. Release with the inhale. Push the hip back. Try that one more time. Exhale, push the tailbone forward, squeeze the belly, and release it with the inhale. Try to keep your hips still as you move it to one side of the body, move it to the left, giving yourself a side crunch. So you're activating your oblique, and then you're letting it go. And then you're going to do it to the other side. Activate the oblique on the right-hand side, like a side crunch. And then let it go. And then as you're laying down, circle the hips gently. Gently. As if the hips are saying thank you to the rest of the body. Thank you for understanding my duty and for lending me and providing me healing. And then return back to center. And then breathe. And you can remain here for a couple of seconds, allowing your body to find itself today. Find itself after this practice. It can continue the gratitude towards your hips, or you can allow the hips to provide gratitude to the body. It's up to you. It's whatever you need. But continue the flow. You can allow the imagination of your hips being surrounded by water all day, if that provides you with healing for the hips and permission to allow the hips to not stay stuck, to not get sticky, but to be fluid, to be strong, but at ease with everything it does. Or you can lie here and go to sleep if that's what the body needs as well, to continue the process on its own. Whatever it is, you may continue. But at this point, I leave you But always remember to send much love to yourself and to each individual part of your body. Thank you again for coming. I thank you for listening. May healing come to you always.